I'm Mihao Tank, and welcome to my channel. If you like the content, subscribe. It's free, and if you like it, just like the video. You know, I'm not gonna judge you. I will be a little sad, but it'll be alright. But anyways, today we're talking about Halo Wars and Halo Wars 2 and my opinions on it. You can agree or disagree with me, you know, it'll be alright, but I mean, I'm just gonna tell you how I feel about the games. Just saying, this video is going to be everywhere because I don't do scripts and I just like going and rolling with the flow, you know? That's how it is, and that's how it always will be. I'm just going to start off that Halo Wars and Halo Wars 2 both meet my definition of fun. I'm probably going to say a bunch of wrong stuff about the games, but it's just opinion on how I feel about the games. But I would prefer Halo Wars over Halo Wars 2. It's just because Halo Wars is more fun to play than Halo Wars 2. Halo Wars has a beautiful art style, while Halo Wars 2 gets like a weird cartoonish, Creative Assembly made like a cartoonish art style that just doesn't fit with like Halo, like the Halo 5 art style where they change everything. Halo Wars has like this wonderful color scheme of the UNSC is green, and then the Covenant is purple and teal, and you got like green and orange fighting each other. You actually feel like you're in a war zone. But with the Halo Wars 2, it becomes like, it just becomes a fight between red versus blue, which Halo 5 has always done. Like, it's team deathmatch. You don't feel like you're playing a war zone like in Halo Wars. The background noise in Halo Wars is much more there. Every map style in Halo Wars is also just made to be different. In Halo Wars 2, when you're playing in the maps, every single map is almost exactly the same. You got like these same area outlines, power lines. Like, what I mean by the maps is that Halo Wars, every single map that you look at will be completely have its unique thing. For instance, one of the maps, like Labyrinth or something, I can't say it right for the heck of me. On the side, like there's a middle, and there's like small bases you can destroy, and then you can go on these side paths and get like sentinels that can shield your units. That is completely unique to that map. And there's other maps where like you can unleash the flood on your enemy in 1v1. You guys fight it out over who has control over the flood. Or another map where you have like a uber turret in the middle that can actually help you fight off your opponent in 1v1s. Halo Wars 2 does not have that. I think there's like one map where like in the 3v3 there's like heals on the side, and then one map with like, I think like one building, like small outpost in the middle with like light bridges. And that's all I can remember. I don't remember the like any other unique parts of the map. Like, there's still like good art style there, but there's nothing that makes the map unique. You feel like you're playing another 3v3 map on a plain map. That's why when the new special map was added, everyone liked it because it was something new. You have every 3v3 map was unique. For instance, like you had a bunch of buildings on like this flood map. Or in this one map where you have a heal thing in the middle, which they could have done in Halo Wars 2 to make more maps more unique. But they didn't. You get like just in general, just you start off with a base and then there's an open base. You don't even have like in Halo Wars 2 like rebels that fight back with you. They don't even fight back or anything. Like, there's sentinels that are guarding like power points. But that's not like in Halo Wars. You can see birds. I don't know if Halo Wars 2 has birds. I haven't seen a single bird. Maybe there is. Maybe there isn't. And just Halo Wars is just objectively more alive. And let's even talk about the balancing. Like, Halo Wars 2 does not have a good balancing. Even when it first came out, and with the new add-ons, like paid DLC, which felt like paid to win, with Sergeant Johnson and his mantises that could literally shoot through fog of war, which was really frustrating. I'm not gonna lie, I kind of stopped playing the game for a little bit when that happened. And in Halo Wars, I mean, Halo Wars does have a balancing system. The rock, paper, scissors. It feels like it's there. There are certain units in Halo Wars that have like the alternative, like the Covenant with the whole infantry case. The grunts can attack, basically destroy air units, jackals anti-infantry, and then the hunters for anti-vehicles. In Halo Wars 2, you don't feel that. It feels like units just are they have certain attributes, but it doesn't feel like you don't see the rock paper scissors, not as much as in Halo Wars. It just feels like a game of whoever has the most biggest army wins, and that's how it feels. And the balancing with Halo Wars, it's whoever reaches reactor level 3. But in Halo Wars 2, it's whoever gets the power or just a third power reactor out. And it doesn't feel any balance in any way. Or that, in 3v3s with me and my friends, we would get bum rushed because everyone would send resources to one player, and they can just spam a huge army of units, which instantly one tap. The moment you get one player gone, it's a 2v3 and a 1v3, you're immediately at a disadvantage because you can't make as many troops as your opponents. And then that goes back to the bigger army wins, and that's how it usually is. And then at that point, you're like, where's the strategy? In Halo Wars 2. In Halo Wars, I could play as Arbiter and still come off of a win against a 1v3 because I would use specific strategies with those characters. But in Halo Wars 2, I would be certain at a huge loss because I would not only not be able to produce enough infantry or armies, because Halo Wars 2 added, you could level up certain units like infantry and planes and vehicles, and the way it's leveled up is through power. And the way Halo Wars 2's like meta is that whoever has the most power, or like the third power reactor, and they have more power reactors than your opponent, you're gonna win. It's because you can upgrade your armies faster than your opponent, so you're always gonna be at an advantage. And then not only that, you can have a high resource advantage because you could be upgrading stuff. Now on top of that, upgrades for like buildings doesn't seem like that very viable. Like if you do a power upgrade to a power reactor, that's going to be viable. And then that's when the resource system comes into handy, because Halo Wars only has the tech level and then the supplies. And with supplies, you could, at both sides, could keep making armies. But at that point in Halo Wars 2, by having power and material or like supplies, it makes it really, really frustrating when the only thing you can make is just grunts or marines, and then they instantly get destroyed. Usually games end with that kind of case where like we're in Halo Wars 2, like you just have marines and grunts mostly on the field because you have to have power to make those special units. Halo Wars, you can make basically every single unit possible with just supplies because they actually balanced it out to where it was rock, paper, scissors. For instance, you could still buy a Scorpion tank for 500 supply in Halo Wars. That should equal up to like 5 Marines if they're not upgraded equally. It's easily could be fixed in Halo Wars 2 they do fix that in Halo Wars 2, however, that they have certain vehicles and units that are only supplies, like Hornets and Warhogs. But it does make it kind of frustrating to have those special units be stuck at power costs, in which you have to make that decision of, do I build go for more power or go for more supplies or more units, you know? Alright, now I'm just gonna say a bunch of stuff I just feel picky about. It's not really matters, but I feel it's picky. So Halo Wars 2, they don't explain how the Marines and all, I don't know. Maybe it's in Wiki, I don't know. I'm not gonna check. But they don't explain how the spirit of fire. They show it in the trailer, the Marines having battle rifles, but when you get in the game, they're all Halo 4 style Marines, and they all have like assault rifles, and then like they they decided to change how the UNSC builds everything, and instead of in Halo Wars they build from the ground up. They everyone has the exact same in Halo Wars 2 building style. In Halo Wars, everything was unique. Like the Covenant had their own building style, and the UNSC did. It's kind of when you go from Halo Wars to Halo Wars 2, and it's like completely different. It's a different feel. By building styles, I mean like the UNSC. They come on, they drop stuff from like a building from the. You witness their fire base being built. And like in Halo Wars, the Covenant also do the exact same thing, but they do it from a ship above. Both sides are placing like ships. In Halo Wars 2, both sides just come like a Pelican comes and just places the building. And like in the Banished do the exact same thing. There's no unique, faction wise. Maybe like the Banished, when you have a elite as a leader, so instead of the grunts, they just have elites as the thing. That's usually in like a couple unique units and a unique hero. But in Halo Wars, you would have unique heroes with unique abilities. It felt like when you played as like Anderson in Halo Wars, you felt like you were playing as Anderson with her unique gremlins that actually had a unique ability. There are certain unique characters in Halo Wars 2, but every single, like, you can't tell if you gave them this exact same bases, like you looked at them, they would all be the exact same thing. Like the Banished and like the UNSC has like a universal base building. It would be cool if like if you like played as the grunts, they would like build a little bit different. You like see grunts building, but they didn't do that. Halo Wars, you got the Covenant like beaming their buildings in place, and you don't see that in Halo Wars 2. It's like just a spirit just comes down and drops the building, just like in Halo or just like the UNSC. It doesn't feel like a sequel. It feels like Halo Wars by Bungie and then Halo Wars by Creative Assembly. Is why it doesn't feel like it should be considered Halo Wars 2. But that's just an opinion, But it just doesn't feel like Halo Wars 2 or like Halo Wars, you wanna you wanna like, if you make a sequel, you wanna be like playing the game and be like, man, this is just as good as the previous one. And it's the same thing as like movies. If you keep making a third and like fourth one, the games just get ruined and you're like, oh, the past game is better, which is what I feel like. Because when I play Halo Wars 2, I don't play it really like, I'll play it sometimes, but when me and my friends want to play a strategy game, we hit to Halo Wars. We don't hit to Halo Wars 2 because it's just generically more fun to play. Halo Wars 2 to me just seems like a good game, but Halo Wars to me seems like a great game. I've been playing Halo Wars since I was little, since the very first day it came out. Actually, I couldn't play it the first day it came out because it sold out. Honestly, it sold out. I think I waited like a whole week to try and get it from local stores back then when we can get it digital. But yeah, I couldn't get it because everyone liked it. Halo Wars 2, no one really bought it out. And that's just how I feel about the Halo Wars games. That's just how it is. Alright, I'll see you.